Well, I didn't think my first video would be filmed from my bedroom, but here we are. About a week ago, I left to live and travel the United States out of my Jeep. Good morning. It is Monday, May 31st, and I leave today. It's been a dream of mine for like the last 5 years. When I originally had bought the Jeep, I've taken it on several like weekend getaways and camping trips, and I just knew that that was something I wanted to do long term, especially before like committing to like house payments or a full-time job, kids, relationships, things like that. And in the last few months, everything just kind of aligned, and it was the perfect time to leave and to do this. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree. Because of COVID, both the jobs that I was working about 60 hours a week with were from home, and they both had that same mentality where as long as I was getting the work done, it didn't really matter where I was doing it from. So that worked out way better than I could have ever imagined. And so yeah, I packed everything I could in the back of my Jeep and took off, and I had no plan on what I wanted to do. I knew that for the last 5 or 6 years while working and going to school, my entire life has been dictated by schedule, time, and money, and I just didn't want that to transfer over into this trip. This trip was supposed to be like a just roll with it, live your life, see new things, meet new people, and that's what it was while it did occur. And I would like have these moments while I was out there where I would just be like overwhelmed with emotions and like pure joy. And I should have known that like everything was a little too perfect. I should have better prepared myself for like what I knew that that was gonna mean. So sure enough, probably about like the first week in, my Jeep started making this weird noise, and it sounded like a dirt bike or like a lawnmower or like a diesel engine. And I posted something on my story asking people like their opinions on it, expecting and hoping that people would be like, oh, like you're fine, like Jeeps just make weird noises, or like it's nothing serious, things like that. But instead, people were like, yeah, that sounds bad, you should go get it looked at, it could be this, check this, is this. People like would send paragraphs about what to do, and even though that was much appreciated and like more than what I expected to get in response, I had no idea what any of you were saying, so I just took it to a mechanic. And just listening to it, they said that the lifter was being worn, was breaking down, was broke, I don't know. And so they said that they can't do anything about it, but I bet that I should take it to a dealership because it might be under warranty or it might be on recall, and so they'd be the best ones to fix it. So then on my way to San Francisco, I took it to a dealership, and again, just listening to it, they were like, yeah, it's the lifter, but before we would work on it, we would want to run a full diagnosis. That could take a week, and then depending on what it is, that could take anywhere from like a week to 2 weeks to actually fix it. And so I tried to explain my situation and that like it's not just my car, like I'm living out of it, which was a weird conversation to have. But they were like, there's nothing we can do for you, like it's gonna be about a 3-week job. And so that was like so disappointing, and it was like a lot of emotions processing. Like I went from like this high of like this is what I want to do, I'm loving life, to like that's coming not to an end, but like in the moment it felt that way. But I knew it was gonna be like a pause, and then it felt so weird like hyping this whole journey up and like getting a following, getting people that like were so supportive of it, saying goodbye to all my friends and family, and then to be like I have to come home, like. So that was just really weird to process. But I called my parents and we decided that it was better to come home than to get it worked on the road. And I know myself, and I think my parents know me in the sense that like someone could be like, oh yeah, it's a $6,000 job, and I'd be like, okay, just fix it. Where in reality it could be like a $200 job, but I'm oblivious and I have no problem admitting that. So I decided to drive it home. And then that same day, I get a phone call from one of my jobs saying, I know that we told you we were comfortable with you working from the road, but like that's not gonna happen anymore. Like we can't allow you to do that. So then it was like I was grieving for the trip coming to a halt because my car had to get fixed, and I wasn't really sure what was wrong with it or how much it was gonna cost or how much time it was gonna take. And like that was a lot to process on its own. But then also having to process like, do I say like that was a great 2 weeks, but like this job's more important to me, making money's more important to me, having a steady income, or like do I really stick to that mentality of like I don't want to live that life right now, I like deserve it to myself, or I owe it to myself to like take that year off and just travel and see what goes with that. So that's kind of what I've been processing for like the last few days. I got home today, I dropped the Jeep off. They said it's going to be about 2 to 4 days before they can run like a full system check and figure out what's wrong with it. I'm not like that everything happens for a reason type of person, but I try to be that like things aren't going my way, I accept that there's nothing I can do about it, but I'm gonna make the most of it, or like I'm gonna flip it to be in my advantage. And so I'm trying to figure out the work situation, how to make an income on the road, and it kind of worked out because I'm happy to be home to reimagine how I want the inside of the Jeep to look. It was livable, but I wasn't like thriving. And so I think I want to order some new stuff to add to the Jeep, which I couldn't do from the road. So I'm really just trying to make the most of it before I get back out there long term. Hopefully this answered everyone's questions. I can't even express like how much I appreciate that there are like people out there that are like living this dream with me. I thought that this was going to be a very like lonely, independent, solo adventure that I knew that I needed, but it's very comforting when I was out there to like have people checking in all day, people giving advice, people saying like, oh, you should go visit this spot, you know, people offering to like hang out or meet up, or like once you get to this state, like we'd love to host you. And it's so funny, like there's friends here at home that have not expressed the same like support and excitement that like strangers on the internet have, and that's such a fun thing to experience, having people that are like just genuinely like happy for you, but for like no, like they don't owe me anything, they don't know me, but like the fact that they just want to be a part of this journey is so cool. And I think that's also why it was like how do I tell people that like this journey that they're joining me on is like coming to a halt. And yeah, that was weird, but I'm home. Hopefully the Jeep gets fixed. Yeah, hopefully the next time you see me I'll be in better spirits, and I'll be back on the road. And I look forward to that. Thanks for watching. That feels so gross to say, but yeah, thanks for being here. Bye.